So here's our story. We're going to read Christmas Sweater tonight and probably in a few days. Well, we only have a few days left. Then we'll get the Snow Angels one from him. Okay. Hopefully I can get situated to where you guys can all see. May not be super close. That's all right. Ooh, snowflakes. So original story by Glenn Beck with Kevin Balfe and Jason Wright. Illustrated by Brandon Dorman. Adapted by Chris Schoebinger. So you got all kinds of people on here. There's like 5 people participated in the making of this book. In just the story and pictures kind of a thing. Wow. Cool. Okay, so should probably back up a little. There we go. On Christmas Eve, Eddie shook his snow globe one last time and placed it on the dresser beside his bed. He watched the snowstorm swirl and thought about the one gift he wanted most for Christmas, a new bicycle. As the final snowflakes drifted away, he heard a soft knock at his door. Get up a little closer. Eddie turned and saw his grandfather tiptoeing into the room. He was wearing his favorite fluffy red hat. A hat that used to make Eddie think his grandfather was Santa Claus himself. "What did you find, Grandpa? Am I getting the bike I want?" he asked. That's pretty funny. He gonna make his grandpa go do his dirty work for him. I like surprises. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Grandpa looked around to make sure they were alone. Then he whispered, "Well, I snooped around the house, and I have good news and bad news. What do you want first?" Eddie frowned. "You better give me the bad news first." Grandpa cleared his throat. "Bad news is that I didn't find a bike." Eddie's heart sank. He knew that children don't always get what they want for Christmas, but he tried to be extra good all year long. "Don't I deserve a bike?" he thought to himself. Eddie's head fell back onto his pillow. He looked up at the stars on his ceiling and mumbled, "So what's the good news?" Trying to let everyone see the pictures a little closer. Ah, yes, Grandpa's eyes lit up. "The good news is that you're getting a Christmas sweater." "Huh?" Eddie sat up in disbelief. "A Christmas sweater? That's the good news? A boring, useless, itchy sweater? I don't want any sweater, but especially not a Christmas sweater." "Shh," Grandpa hushed him. "Eddie, sometimes a sweater isn't just a sweater. I still remember the year my mother knitted one for me. It brought me magic for years and years. Still does. See, when a gift is made by hand, all of that person's love is captured in it. Once they give it to you, that love turns into Christmas magic." Eddie's thoughts began to drift away as his grandpa's words became softer and softer. When Eddie opened his eyes, his grandfather was gone, and so was his bedroom. He was in a beautiful forest, sparkling with a fresh blanket of Christmas snow. Up ahead, he saw a clearing where a single present sat alone. He walked over to it and read the gift tag. "To Eddie, what your heart needs most for Christmas." Curious, Eddie opened the gift. Inside was a handmade Christmas sweater. Eddie was disappointed, but he was so cold that he decided to put it on. It was a perfect fit. Suddenly, the snow around him swirled in all directions, just as if he were inside his snow globe. Yeah, for kids who lack gratitude, this would be a good book for them. When the snow cleared, Eddie discovered that he was sledding with his father. They both laughed and hung on tight as the sled jumped off a small hill and soared through the sky. "Are you having fun, Eddie?" his father asked. Eddie looked down at his magical Christmas sweater. "This is the best day ever!" Then Eddie gave his dad a big hug, and the snow started to swirl again. When it settled, Eddie was sitting with his mother at their kitchen table. They had just finished building a gingerbread house. How did we do? She asked. Eddie licked some frosting from his fingers and said, We're a great team, Mom. He thought about the Christmas sweater he was wearing. Could a simple sweater really have Christmas magic? Suddenly, the snow swirled again. Get up close to that gingerbread house. When it cleared, Eddie was sitting inside a sleigh with his grandpa. Eddie, Grandpa asked, want to take a ride? Sure, Eddie cheered. Do I need anything? Grandpa hugged him tight and said, You've got your Christmas sweater. Looks like you have everything you'll ever need. Eddie eyed the candy canes in the sleigh. Grab one, Eddie. With a twinkle in his eye, Grandpa called out to each reindeer by name and yelled, Now dash away, dash away, dash away all! The sleigh lurched forward and Eddie sat up in his bed. He dreamed the whole night. It was Christmas morning, and the smell of his mother's pancakes filled the house. At my house, we have special Christmas overnight French toast with homemade cinnamon syrup. Best ever. He jumped out of bed, scampered downstairs, and stopped dead in his tracks. Under the tree was the bike he'd waited for all year. But instead of running to it, Eddie slowly searched the room with his eyes. Eddie, his mother asked, is something wrong? Go ahead and pinch yourself, son, his father said excitedly. This isn't a dream. Go jump on your new bike. Eddie shook his head. The bike is great, but I was looking for something else. His family looked at one another with puzzled faces. With all the sincerity in his heart, he explained, I was really hoping to get a Christmas sweater. I mean, a bike is just a bike, but a Christmas sweater can be so much more. Eddie's mom crouched down behind the tree and pulled out a single box. It looked familiar. Is this what you're searching for? She asked. Eddie smiled from ear to ear. He reached for the box, opened it, and eagerly pulled out his Christmas sweater. He stared at it and then put it on over his pajamas. It was a perfect fit. He felt true warmth for the first time in his life. There's that gratitude we were talking about. See if I can give you a close-up of this one. Oh my goodness, that's so difficult. Eddie thought about his dream and about the message on the gift tag. What your heart needs most for Christmas. It gave him a magical idea. He walked over to his mother and gave her the best present in the world. The one thing that her heart also needed the most. What do you think it is? A big, warm hug from her son. If I got a big, warm hug from my teenage kids, that'd be amazing. Thank you, Mom. Oh, wait. She whispered. Hold on. Thank you, Mom, he whispered. I love you. As Eddie's father looked on proudly, Grandpa picked up a snow globe and gave it a gentle shake. As the flakes settled, he called out to Eddie, and with a familiar twinkle in his eye, slipped a single candy cane into his grandson's pocket. The end. So, he still acts a lot like Santa Claus there. And Merry Christmas! And then there's the little box of, like the sweater box, right? And that, it's not on the front, but only in the back. Aha! Yay! So that is the Christmas sweater. So that's a really, really good story. Have a good night. Talk to you guys later. Bye!